Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. I got a video, a DVD for Christmas. It's an old movie from the 60s, 1964. It's called 7 Days in May, and it is a brilliant political thriller. It's I don't want to give you spoilers because it's a good movie. You need to see it. But it's really good. It's got so many big name stars in it, and the acting is superb. This movie sent shockwaves through the country when it was released, and it's still relative today. It's still relevant because of our current political climate. Trump versus the Democrats, all of the social media trolls. This video that you're watching, my channel. Politics is a big thing, and if you don't keep up with politics, politics is keeping up with you. This particular video is very, very powerful. Like I said, it's from 1964. The name of it is 7 Days in May. If you haven't seen it, it's very good. The basic plot is the president is signing a treaty to get rid of nuclear weapons, and a general, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, is not on board with it. He thinks it's a mistake, and so he plots to overthrow the government of the United States. Now, this is how powerful this movie is. You see it from both sides, and you understand the connotations. You understand. You can see both sides' point of view. Okay? The president signing this treaty to get rid of nuclear weapons, which is a good thing. The problem is, this general doesn't believe the Russians are going to do it. He thinks the president is making a huge mistake, and he's not on board. Okay. From the president's point of view, nuclear weapons, I understand why they were invented, why they were created, and they've done a lot to stave off global warfare, because we haven't had one since we dropped 2 atomic weapons on Japan at the end of World War II. And, so I understand that. The problem is, now so many people have them, you don't know who's getting them. It's a chore to keep bad guys from getting them. There was an old saying where, I'm not worried about the country that wants nuclear weapons. I'm worried about the madman who wants one, because he's going to use it. So I understand what the president's trying to do. Now let's look at the other side. This takes place during the Cold War, and there's a lot of divisiveness, and there was at the time, there was a lot of divisiveness in America, and there still is. Not so much over nuclear weapons anymore, but over different things. But my point is, for those of you who don't know, I'm a huge Second Amendment advocate. Go look at some of my other videos. You'll see what I mean. Excuse me. Excuse me, cats. Our country is very divided among, politically, and right or wrong, this is what's going on, and I understand this general's point of view. For those of you who don't know, I'm a huge Second Amendment fan, and the Second Amendment is so necessary in our world, because if you don't, for example, in Venezuela right now, the other day they were these cats are going to drive me crazy. The people were protesting about the government, and they don't have the Second Amendment there, so they were protesting with slingshots, and the government ran them over with armored vehicles. We have the Second Amendment specifically in case the government becomes tyrannical, so that we can overthrow it. That's the point of the Second Amendment. If the government becomes tyrannical, we can fix it, because we have guns. That's the point of the Second Amendment. Now, this general, he's the bad guy in the story, because the government's not becoming tyrannical, but he feels it's not acting in the best interests of the people. So he plots the overthrow of the nation. I'm not going to go into specifics as to what happens or anything because I don't want to spoil it for you. It's a really good movie. You need to watch it. But it goes to show you how power can be abused. If you're, you know, I'm not going to go into it. But my point is, this has so many big name stars. Burt Lancaster plays the general. The president is played by Frederick March. The individual who turns against the general, his superior, is Kirk Douglas. And keep in mind, there's another aspect to this. I'm going to go into some of these other people that are in the movie as well. But there's another aspect to this you have to understand. People get upset about the military when the military does something. Okay? Oh, they're waging war over there. Those military are bad guys. No. It has nothing to do with that. The military is not in charge. The politicians are. So when our military goes to a foreign country and does whatever, anything they're doing over there, it's at the behest of the politicians. Okay? So while the military is a tool, it's the final tool. Once you sit in the military, that's it. There's all kinds of political tools they can use, sanctions and whatever, you know, treaties or whatever. Before that, using the military should be the final option. Okay, that's the way it's supposed to work. Now, that being said, people blame the soldiers. At the end of Vietnam, they were coming home, and the soldiers were coming home, and people at the airport were spitting at them and calling them baby killer and all that. Okay, the soldiers weren't to blame. They were over there doing a tough job. In Vietnam, I served with a lot of people who served in Vietnam. My brother served there. The Viet Cong and the North Vietnamese were not fighting a symmetrical war. They were fighting asymmetrically, meaning they were using little kids to deliver bombs. They were hiding behind children. They were, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a stand-up war. It was what's called guerrilla warfare. So some of our guys did kill little kids. Let's not mince words. It happens. It happened in that war. It was not good. It's never good. But if it's a choice between killing that one little kid over there and killing 30 of our guys, because the little kid, the parents or whatever told the little kid, here, take this over to those GIs, and it's a live grenade. What are you supposed to do? You know? There's a choice you make, and it's a snap choice. You don't have a hell of a lot of time to ponder or debate. My point is, soldiers go where they're told. They do what they're told. They are the final instrument in the political process. War is an extension of politics by other means. Now, that being said, soldiers also take an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Somewhere along the line, this general forgot that. Okay? It's one thing to say, he's trying to help the people, and that's a good thing. But we have a process, and there's a really good scene in the White House between this general and the president, and they have a really great scene. It's brilliant. My point is, this movie is so relevant. You have to watch it. I can't recommend it enough. It's called 7 Days in May. Burt Lancaster, Kirk Douglas, Frederick March, Ava Gardner's in it, Edmund O'Brien, Martin Balsam, Andrew Duggan, Hugh Marlowe, Whit Bissell, Helen Klebe, George McCready, Richard Anderson's in it. For those of you who don't know, Richard Anderson played Oscar Goldman off the old $6 Million Man and Bionic Woman TV series. Bart Burns is in it. I mean, it's loaded with good quality actors and actresses. Even the little minor bit parts are good. Really good. Okay? Essentially, this movie is pro-Constitution and rule of law, which really appeals to me. But like I said, this is powerful because you can see the point of view of both sides. I don't necessarily agree with both of them, but you can at least see the point of view. All right? So, again, 7 Days in May. I highly recommend it. It's on DVD. We got it on Blu-ray. But again, if you really want a good movie to watch, this is a good one to watch. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.